Center. A large crowd on hand tonight to see the rematch from last year's NCAA championship. Number 2 Florida versus number 1 Oklahoma, and here we go. Danielle Sievers will lead off for the Sooners on the vault. You see the 6 athletes that will be competing in the lineup. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark and Sam Peshek on the call.
And
here we go, Kathy.
What a lineup Oklahoma has on vault. All 10-0 start value vaults. They'll all perform the Yurchenko 1.5 twist. Round up onto the board. Big, beautiful amplitude, and they start with a stick.
Oh my goodness. I watched her in the one-touch warm-up and she drilled it. I thought, did she do that again?
Yes. An emphatic yes.
Oh my.
The block set up everything. A big, beautiful straight arm block. Nice shape in the air. And just perfectly stuck into the mat. What a way to start this off.
Those pointed toes going into that mat like darts on a dartboard as we go now quickly to Florida on the bars.
Number 2 in the
Sloan
nation.
Blakely leading them off here.
Number 2 in the nation on this event. Florida needs to put up big numbers here. This is where they can excel. Hitting those handstands, blind change into a front giant, and a very difficult double front dismount, and came up with their own stick.
We know it often comes down to stuck landings. We've had 2 performances and 2 perfect landings already. This is how good these 2 teams are. We'll go back to vault for the Sooners. It'll be Allie Stern after Danielle Sievers got a 9.95. Allie drilled one in warm-ups. She is a senior for the Sooners.
But you can see her calming herself down to focus. You can get overamped on this event. So much speed is necessary to convert it into the amplitude. She can be uncanny with these landings. Little hop forward. A really well done vault, however. Oklahoma is number 1 on this event for good reason. The way they drill this event, the way they explode off the table, get the height and the distance, and the all-important shape in that blind landing so that they can feel it and control it.
Victoria Wynn set to go now for the Florida Gators on bars, an event, as you mentioned, they're the top team in the country on this event. Guess who's second? The Oklahoma Sooners. That's how good these 2 teams are. Update for the Sloan Blakely in the leadoff spot, Kathy, 9.925. We're going to see incredible scores tonight.
Beautiful beginning. I said the handstand, great transition, leg separation on that half salto down to the low bar, slight deduction. Needs this one right on top in that vertical position. Let's see if she can get this double layout, show the shape of the air, and find the landing. There it is.
Victoria Wynn, the transfer from Georgia. Season high, she's been in every lineup on bars. She had a 9.925 so far. There is Jenny Rowland in her 8th season as the Florida head coach. Jenny hails from Oklahoma, born in the Tulsa area. Graduated from Arizona State University. She's coached around the country. She coached at OU, at Auburn, and now the head coach of one of the great programs in women's gymnastics at Florida. Good to have Jenny Rowland back in Oklahoma as we go back to the vault now. Pat Lavasser, she scored a perfect 10 before.
One of the best 1.5s in the country. Oh, I thought she had the landing. It was so beautifully executed in the air with just phenomenal height and distance, just a slight pop forward. And you can bet that those judges are watching very closely to see if the gymnast slides after what looks like a stock landing. If they slide those feet forward, it's a deduction.
Pat Lavasser coming after Allie Stern got a 9.875. That's the same score as well for Victoria Wynn on bars. For Florida, Kayla DiCello, the freshman out of Maryland now. Look at her season average on bars, 9.93. She's 12th in the NCAA on this event, Kathy.
I love the way she attacks all of her routines. She's very aggressive. She loves pressure, and that is just something that's almost impossible to coach into an athlete. You just love it naturally.
Scored a perfect 10 earlier this season on this event.
big, nice amplitude on the ray, that single bar release. Beautiful, perfect handstand into the back salto. She has adjusted so well from the warm-ups, trying to get the timing of these bars. They're very different with the different weighted system. Those bottle bars can cause you trouble, and she just really honed everything in until that step on the landing.
Mila DiCello has competed in the all-around several times, 6 of 8 meets for Florida, and has really been an important contributor as a young freshman, the young national team member, medalist at the World Championships in the all-around last year. Olivia Troutman will be next after Kat Levasseur had a 9.8. This is only the second time in the vault lineup this year for Olivia, recovering from an injury.
And I can't say enough about this athlete and her ability to compete and dial it in on so few reps in competition. She is just money in this situation. Take her to the bank. Wow. I mean, she has air awareness and a cat-like ability to find the landing, stay cool, absorb it, and just bring those heels together and salute.
She's a graduate student, a 6th-year senior, and it looks like it's a 10 for Olivia Troutman in the first rotation. They are on their feet in the Lloyd Noble Center. That's only her second time in the lineup this year for the Sooners, and boy, did she deliver. Back to the bars, Trinity Thomas, who herself is chasing the 10 record for Florida on the bars now.
She is a maestro on this event. She stays cool, calm, and just flies effortlessly from bar to bar, hits all the handstands, and watch this double layout. It is a floaty, beautiful piece of work.
Her low score this year on bars is a 9.925, and she's been in the lineup all 8 meets. One of the most spectacular gymnasts in the history of NCAA gymnastics. Trinity Thomas just on point tonight.
Her double layout, wherever she does them, on floor, off bars, are just phenomenal. The shape she shows in the air is so beautiful.
One of the reasons the Oklahoma Sooners have been so consistent of late is the great work from the all-arounder Jordan Bowers. Here she goes. She's just a sophomore out of Nebraska, Kathy.
Ranked number 6 in the nation on this event. Good technique. Not quite a perfect stock landing, but another really great vault from Oklahoma.
It's interesting with that vault because you certainly don't want to land and step backwards. So the default is always to land, and if you have to slide forward a little bit, that's a better step than otherwise backwards.
Yes, because you want to show the full amplitude and the full execution of the 1.5. Then stick the landing.
Plus, because it's a blind landing like that, it's pretty easy to sit those down. Excellent job for the Sooners being especially aggressive on their vaults today.
Absolutely, and that blind landing, you're right. When you're facing the ceiling and just feeling where the floor is until you can actually see it.
Leanne Wong, she's competing in the all-around for Florida tonight, the only all-arounder in their lineup tonight.
And she can be stunning on this event, showing great amplitude on those flight skills from bar to bar.
Well, the score in for Trinity Thomas at 9.975, which means one of the 2 judges gave her a 10.
Beautiful handstands in this routine, and another double layout from Florida. A little quick salute to the judge. We call that a college salute. Tried to show that stick before saluting the judge.
She's been in every lineup on bars, 6 times in the all-around, the sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. And twice she has scored perfect 10s on bars this season. Let's go down to Sam Pesching.
Thanks, Bart. Yeah, last weekend, Florida got a 49.8 on bars, which is their highest event score of any event so far this season. So they said it was due to all their stuck landings. That's their game plan today. They just want to win the moment and do what they do every single day in training. Because if they up their average in training, that's what they're going to do.
Final vaulter is Audrey Davis for the Sooners.
Another 1.5. Wow, that is actually the best vault I've seen her do, because she has what we call a built-in deduction, usually separates her leg as she makes contact with the table, and honestly, that looked like they were much more together. So let's see in the replay and from the side, which is where the judges sit, keep in mind. You know what? She actually did really try to keep those legs closer together. Great job. I love to see. Now, from that angle, you can see it's almost like a scissor. So the judges will catch that built-in deduction.
And before her, Jordan Bowers had a 9.875. Riley McCusker coming after Leanne Wong's 9.9. McCusker in the bar lineup again this week, 2 weeks in a row, Kathy.
She can be just pristine on this event. Such straight legs, perfect toe point, and she's going hard for the handstand, really showing them off. Better than last week right there. Stalled her into the tuck double back, holds on to the landing. Just a balance adjustment with the torso.
Former U.S. team member, gold medalist with the World Championship team in 2018. Last week had a 9.95 and only her second attempt on the bars. We expect we'll see her on the balance beam tonight as well.
So the judges see just how straight those handstands are, and look at the toe point, like a dart, a laser dart, shooting through the ceiling. Beautiful.
When we come back, Sam, we'll dive deeper into Oklahoma's incredible success and who they think might be their secret weapon. For those watching on ESPN News, you can watch the remainder of this meet on ESPN2 after the break.